we start? Yeah? Okay. Can you see it properly? Yeah? Well? Okay. So thank you very much for being here. So I'm happy to see that there are young people here, the students, so some postdoc here, but also senior people of the Institute, which is very nice. And this is going to be a very short presentation of some of the activities that, some of the things that we have been working within the commission, the committee, the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Commission of the Institute. And so the first thing is that we want to introduce ourselves. So you can see here the people who are actually part of the at present of the commission. So you can see that it's very diverse, and not only in gender. So there are also professors, the head of the administration, students. So let me see. Okay, so I have. Let me get the. Okay. So a postdoc here, students that you can recognize. Okay, some professors here. We have Licia acting as an advisor, okay? And the other ones that I think it's too much light now, right? It's too much light. I don't know what I think it's better without. Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much. Okay. So, and this is me. This is Asunta, which is myself. Okay, which is I'm chairing the committee now, and so. The aim of the talk is, of course, the committee, the commission, we do different things inside the Institute, so many activities, but the ones I wanted to talk today are related to what we can offer you as young researchers in order to provide a welcome environment for you guys. And also to, it will be focused in two different aspects. One will be how to deal with situations that are not pleasant, that can be inappropriate, and also some mentoring that has been, that is planned for this year, and is based on a previous activity that took place since March of the present year. So I don't know. I hope you can read properly. You can the size of the no, you cannot read. So this is okay. Unfortunate. I try to make the size of the letter quite large, but it seems that it's not enough. So basically, what I'm saying here is that. The DEIC, the commission, was approved 3 years ago by the council of the institute, and the aim, as is written here, was basically to promote specific actions to provide a welcoming environment to our members, right, and visitors. So regardless, of course, of gender identity, sexual orientation, ethnicity, beliefs, or disability. This is not new. This is what most of the committees in different institutions, they do. So this is the aim of any commission dedicated to these kind of things, of issues. And of course, the DEIC is committed to creating a working environment free of any form of harassment, sexism, discrimination, and other forms of humiliation. So in order to do that, we have developed a procedure to manage any possible complaint related to discrimination, and we have followed some training, and we keep following training led by experts and addressed to the members of the commission, focus on how to proceed in case of harassment, for example, or how to deal with different types of complaints. Okay, so the first thing that we have to take into account is that that the commission, the DEIC, which is part of the institute, is inside of a larger institution, which is the University of Barcelona, that has its own unity of equality unit. And you can see here the email address for that. So at the end, institution is the one that we have all the procedures, all the legal procedures and protocols to deal with serious complaints. But us, being inside the faculty, the physics faculty, and of course inside the University of Barcelona, we can serve as a vehicle, as a useful vehicle to help and to guide any kind of complaint within the institute. Okay, so the first thing that you have to understand is that complaints, as I will say later, that we can receive will be notified to the physics faculty and directed to the equality unit of the University of Barcelona if appropriate. So we have been working in a code of conduct that we are actually working on, but we have it practically finished. And its code of conduct is based on the University of Barcelona Code of Ethics of Integrity and Best Practices and the Protocol of Harassment. But also so we took different sources that have been working for years on this subject, and then we elaborated from that sources our own code of conduct. So the Code of National Academy of Science or the Open Science Code of Conduct. Also, we got some information, very useful information from Gaia. So the institute has many members that belong to Gaia and the Data Process Analysis Consortium that has been working on that. So we got information from them that is very useful, and we introduced somehow in our code of conduct. So examples of the behaviors that we understand they are unacceptable include, of course, any kind of language, that sexualized language or imagery and unwelcome sexual attention or advances that can be detected. Typical trolling, insulting, bullying, personal or political attacks, of any kind, harassment, public or private. So there are different things that we can put in this section here. I just listed the ones that are more usual, that we can find more usually and are more important. Publishing private information without explicit permission of the person, discrimination of manifestation of content based on age, body size, disability, ethnicity, sex characteristics, gender identity and expression, level of experience. Well, they will be able to, we will be able to get this presentation and follow all these points that I put here, so if you want. Okay, so the important thing here is that what to do in case of that you detect inappropriate behavior, right? So what are the specific protocols that are available to us that will allow us to get to different ways of resolution? Okay. This sentence here is also relevant because it says that as master students, you are protected by the faculty's protocol regarding these matters, any of the matters that I put before. However, the DEIC, so that means that, that you have in the faculty, in the physics faculty, you have the unity, the equality commission that can address all these issues, right? But however, the DEIC is committed to offer you support at any moment, okay, if you need it. So you can serve us as a vehicle, as I said, to proceed. So the first thing that one has to know is that when the concern is raised, how can you raise or who files the complaint, right? So here, what I put here is that the complaint may be the person which is affected by this behavior, or a person with responsibilities. That means the director of the institute, the director of the department, as I put here. But the complaint can also be presented by a witness or a third party. But in any case, the complaint will not proceed without the explicit permission of the person who has been affected or concerned. So the person has to agree to so you can file the complaint. Okay? And how is the complaint submitted? So there are different forms that the complaint can be submitted. One way is by email. In the address, I put it in here. So we have this email address. Okay, so you can direct the complaints. But you can do it in person, by video, or by document. I will explain later how can you. So we have a mailbox, a specific mailbox to also to put these complaints anonymously or not. Once we have the complaint, we have to file the complaint. We first examine that all parties are members of the institute. If not, we have to refer them to the appropriate authority. That means that, for example, if it involves different centers, right, in the university, then you have to directly address the complaint to the University of Barcelona, to the quality unit of the University of Barcelona, for example, right? So the protocol here, I put the protocol here should be applied or not, depending on the nature of the complaint, no? If it's work-related, I will talk a little bit later on who to address if it's a work-related issue. And it's about sexist behavior or harassment. There is a protocol of the University of Barcelona specific, so the committee will not carry out harassment procedures, but so these cases are referred to the University of Barcelona, to the unit in the University of Barcelona, but in case of sexist behavior, it's in the hands of the quality committee to try to find a solution or an outcome, positive outcome. So specifically in the protocol of the University of Barcelona about harassment, those steps are clearly stated. So the fact that the complaints were to submit the complaints, no? So it specifically says that the quality commission of the center is the one where the complaint has to be reported, okay, where the events took place, okay. So if it involves more than one center, as I was saying, or the entire university, or they involve persons not linked to any center, one has to address the equality unit of the University of Barcelona. Okay. So, as I said here, as I said before, so any complaint or reported to DEIC must be informed to the physics building, to the physics faculty, or to the quality commission of the university as applied. Okay. So this is the a way that so in order to facilitate the step of presenting the complaint or to submit the complaint, we put a mailbox in the fifth floor. This is the secretary of the Institute of Cosmos Science. There are two secretary offices. This is the one which is more external, the one that goes to the hall of the fifth floor, the physics building. And next to the mailbox for the general affairs of the institute, we place another mailbox which is specific for DEIC matters. So this is where all the complaints that people want to submit in a document, for instance, can be sent. Okay, as I said, in an anonymous way or not. So who will receive the complaint? So once the concern is raised, so this complaint is received by the ombudsperson. So these persons are persons who are the ones that well, I just wrote here some of the roles of these persons. And here, Francesca is not here. Francesca Figueras could not be here. She's traveling. She's one of the members of the committee, which is was designed as an ombudswoman. Okay, and Sofia, which is here, is the one designed as one of the other ombudsperson, ombudsman, right? And the role of these persons, part of getting the complaint and getting in touch with the DEIC if appropriate, is to, of course, provide protection, confidentiality, neutrality. So it's a guide. Basically, they will work as a guide. Those people have been trained for that, and they will work as a guide to contribute to the resolution of the conflicts that arise between individuals or between groups inside the institute. So it's a off-the-record resource, as I put here, for members of the institute seeking ways to identify and address professional issues or other interpersonal concerns. Okay. So the goal of these persons basically is to get always to, if possible, to a joint meeting with all the affected parties and try to mediate and find a solution. Okay, and provide legal support if necessary. That means that they know who to address in order to, depending on the type of issue we are dealing with. The procedure for the resolution of conflicts was an issue. I always referring to issues within the institute. If the issue, as I said, involves people from other centers or outside the university, we have to always go to the Unitat d'Igualtat of the University of Barcelona. But basically, the ways of resolution will, as I was saying, are going always to get in or to find out a way of mediation, and just try to have a joint meeting with all the affected parties and try to agree on a solution. Okay? If this is not possible, so we direct the problem to the real formal procedure, which involves directly the University of Barcelona, by also through information of the Equality Commission of the Physics Faculty. So once the issue is resolved, so if a way forward is agreed, the issue is regarded as resolved, and then the ombudsperson, so either Sofian or Francesca, will contact the compliant and regularly to check that the behavior which was considered inappropriate has stopped. The case will be closed when considered appropriate or requested by the compliant. Okay, leaving open the possibility to resume the process if necessary. So this is what happens with this kind of matters, but there are other kind of problems that can be more related to academics, and these have to follow another path. For example, if a student has problems with the supervisor, just an example here, that the supervisor is not paying the attention that the student thinks that has to pay. So there are other ways to address this issue is by basically contact the tutors of the associated line of research. Okay, yeah, we are going now in the step of the PhD. Okay, and in the institute there are two tutors depending of the line of the two main lines of research. The ones that encompass all the topics in astronomy and astrophysics, and is Alberto Manrique, which is the one put here, and another one, but every research related to particle physics and gravitation, which is Joan Soto. So one can contact the tutors, or the people affected can contact the chair of either the academic commission of the doctorate, which is myself, or the doctorate commission of the physics faculty, which is Luis Mañosa. Okay, so this is another way of resolution, which are only for academic issues. So this is what I wanted to inform you about what to do in case of inappropriate behavior. But I also wanted, in the second part, which is of the talk, I wanted to talk to you about a very nice initiative that is going to, it's starting now, no, it's going to start soon. And it's basically is motivated by the very nice experience that we had at the beginning of this year, because so it was in March, no, 2021, when Antonia, which is here, Antonia Frassino and Marija Tomasevic, they just started a series of online contact with master students. This was also this was only focused to female researchers, right? And it was a very spontaneous activity that came out just in order so that people don't feel isolated, in giving some support to these female students doing the master, right? Okay, so the experience was very positive. I think that they were talking about all kind of matters, no, from talking about science. I mean, she's here, she can tell you more details about that, but it was about science, not about also more logistic things, like related to grants and applications and things like that. So this was so positive that they wanted to start something this year, a little bit opened. So they involved, I don't know if Marija is going to be involved in this activity. I think you have to press here. Is Marija going to be? Yeah.
So yes, she's involved, but
because she was a student here.
Yes,
year, but
now she's a postdoc in a
outside.
different place, but we can still organize some remote meetings, and of course she's involved in the discussion.
Very nice. So the initiative actually started with Antonia and Marija last year, and this year, so there are the two students, no, also Tony, which is here, and Mark, which is there, Mark Carretero, which is there. They will support this activity, and basically the aim is to allow master students to get in touch with researchers at different levels in the institute, and but with a special attention with possibility to discuss with people who belong to minority groups in academia. That means that female researchers, but other people that can be considered, or they consider themselves to be part of some minority group. Okay, so we'll get to know crucial steps. So in these meetings, the idea is to get to know crucial steps for a career in academia, like how to do a PhD application, the importance of supervision for the master, so different things. The discussion of every meeting basically will be driven by the questions proposed by the participants. So it's going to be very dynamical thing, no? Okay. So so what, I don't know if you want to present that, I mean, or can go on. Do you want to do that? Okay. So it's basically what they have in mind for the mentoring this year, and the way they organize it was 2 monthly meetings, so 2 meetings a month, 45 minutes each, I guess, in person, no?
Yes, so this semester, since all the activities they started in person, we were thinking of doing this in person.
Okay.
In particular, in the blue room.
In the blue room.
During one of the lunch breaks of the week. So
okay.
We will not interfere with the lectures for the students.
Okay, great. And then you were thinking of having 2 groups. One group more like composed by students that belong to minority groups, no? Females, and something more. Just go
yes.
on. You do it.
Yes, sure. So yeah, we were thinking to have 2 meetings per month. So it's not too much for the students. It's not a big effort. And we thought about dividing these meetings to have 2 different meetings. So one meeting is for a smaller group, let's say, this so-called group 1, that would be for addressed to people that feel that they belong to minorities. So it could be gender-related or other kind of minorities. So the topics of this discussion, for example, can be more directed in that direction. And another meeting, more general, so for everybody, all the people that want to attend that it's more related to more general topics like about career in academia or applications or all the other issues or topics related to the academic life, either at the master level, so for courses, master courses, or other topics related to the master, or to the application for the PhD for the people that want to go in this direction in the academia.
So the idea is the group 2 includes also the group 1, no? Plus
yeah,
everybody.
Of course, the students can decide to which meetings participate based on their time availability, so much time they have, and the interest in the different topics.
Okay. So this is, I mean, this is the list of things that you sent me that you basically, from the experience you had in the
Yeah,
from the
so
last activity.
since we only had this experience last semester, what we try to do is try to recognize the interesting questions or the questions that students were more interested in, and we had a brainstorming among all of us, so a few weeks ago, and we thought probably these are the topics that can be interested. But as you said at the beginning, since this is a very dynamical and question-driven kind of meeting, of course, if there are other questions that are related to this particular semester or other things that the students want to discuss, of course, we can either discuss these topics or find people that can give advices in that for that particular topic, for example.
Okay, so yeah, so this is yeah, some examples of the things. So I put it here. I think that this talk is gonna be, this presentation is gonna be available for everybody, so they can just follow and see some of the examples. So here you put the picture aside this documentary, which is actually very good. We saw last year. Okay, so just that's it. So we didn't want to have a long presentation, just to let you know. And so we are here, and we actually want to to ask you for volunteer already, no?
Yeah.
So if you want to register for the mentoring program, for example, you can do it right now, no?
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
do it
Or if there are questions about that, so if you are interested, you can read more details on the slides. But it would be nice if you are interested to give me your names or your email so that we can organize the meetings to me or to Mar or Tony if you know them. Well, they can be also here.
That would be also nice to have more postdocs,
Yeah,
maybe, no?
yeah.
Involved. I think that it would be
PhD
nice to have
students
some
and
other postdocs or PhD students from the last year, maybe also. We
Yes.
will have 2 students from PhD students, which are you're starting right now, right? And so, but maybe another postdoc will be good to have it.
Yes,
also.
indeed.
So yeah, so that's it. So if you have questions, comments, I think that the most interesting part will be now that we have something to eat and to drink and to talk, no, outside in a more relaxed atmosphere.
Thank you, Asu, for the presentation.
Any question? A specific question that we can answer? No? So let's go outside.